Today, the U.S. Supreme Court granted Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich's request to allow Arizona's pro-life law, SB 1457, to go into effect. This is happening in the wake of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. For the past decade, Arizona has prohibited abortion providers from performing an abortion if that decision is based on the sex or race of the child. Last year, state lawmakers passed SB 1457, which extended those restrictions to include genetic abnormalities such as Down syndrome. This comes after Brnovich's announcement yesterday saying Arizona's 1901 law is now enforceable. That law essentially banning all abortions unless it's necessary to save the mother's life in our state. Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich praised the decision by saying in part, quote, "I am pleased with today's ruling and proud to defend Arizona's law that protects the unborn. The best of any society can be seen in how it treats its most vulnerable," end quote. And just hours after learning the state attorney general's position, a group of local doctors are taking issue with that declaration. News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink joins us now in studio with the story. Eric.
Less than a week after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, and fear and confusion setting in for some doctors across Arizona, after Attorney General Mark Brnovich proclaimed he'll go to court in the coming days to lift an injunction on a pre-statehood abortion ban still on the books from 120 years ago. It could send doctors and healthcare providers to jail for 2 to 5 years for helping patients get an abortion. Brnovich says the 1901 law will not be repealed by SB 1164. That's the 15-week abortion ban that was passed and signed in March. Two longtime Tucson doctors Thursday responding to the Attorney General's position.
We have politicians who want to insert themselves not just into the exam room, but into patients' uteruses and dictate what physicians and patients agree upon in terms of the best way to proceed with their health care.
Women have a right to privacy, a right to make their own healthcare decisions, and a law from over 100 years ago, which is not relevant to today, should never be seen as the final word on women's access to care.
The president of Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America has a different stance. She's expressing appreciation for Brnovich. Quote, "We thank Attorney General Brnovich for his leadership and all our local allies for their life-saving work. Between strong protections for unborn babies throughout pregnancy and more than 40 pre-life pregnancy centers serving women and families across the state, up to 13,000 children a year could be saved from abortion in Arizona in the Dobbs era. Our team is going door to door to educate voters about the importance of making their voices heard in this year's elections."
Now, we want to be clear. To this point, nothing has been filed in court. We are still waiting to hear from Governor Doug Ducey, his response to his Attorney General's view. And coming up at 5 o'clock, why some doctors are thinking about leaving Arizona to practice in other states after the decision to overturn Roe. In studio, I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.